Okay, there we go. First and foremost, thank you for watching this and getting involved with this. Friends, family, friends of friends, friends of family. I really deeply appreciate it. My family appreciates it. I'm not one to look for a handout. Last thing I ever want to be on someone is a burden. But no, sometimes you got to swallow your pride, and you got to do what you got to do. So I like candlelit dinners, walk in the moonlight on the beach. Oh, wrong type of video. Sorry. My attempt to put humor in. Anyway, 2009, I was diagnosed with a lung disease called sarcoidosis. It has progressively gotten worse since then, to the point to where I need oxygen whenever I exert myself. And exerting is as little as just walking. If I walk at a slow pace, I can get away with not needing my oxygen, but it just gets to a point to where anything that I exert myself in, I need oxygen. The carbon dioxide that you're supposed to expel out when you breathe in air, my body, my lungs, they don't expel it out as much as supposed to. So it's like pretty much hyperventilating in a bag, and it causes me to pass out. So that is the need for oxygen. 6 liters is what I'm on right now. VA has been great. Tamara Miracle, that's her name, believe it or not, Miracle. Hopefully that's a good sign. She's the organ transplant coordinator for VA up in Columbia, Missouri, and she informed us that Madison, Wisconsin, which is the closest place that VA would accept me to go to, they would do everything at no cost to me, but I would have to relocate to Madison, Wisconsin for roughly about a year and a half. It takes a couple months to do the workup, which is what I'm kind of in right now, that phase of it. Then once they call, or they page me, actually I think it is, they let me know that they've got a lung, then I have to go to the hospital and they'll prep me up, and that takes about a day or two, and then they'll go in and do the transplant. There are, of course, issues you can go through a surgery that extensive. So, it's a transplant. They're taking out my lung and they're putting in a new one. So, a lot of scary stuff with that. Then there's a 6 to 8 month recovery time in the hospital afterwards. Then it turns into a once-a-week follow-up after the 6 to 8 months. Then it turns into, after a few months of that, once every other week. A few months of that, once a month. A few months after that, once a year. And all that time, I would be living in Madison, Wisconsin. But I also need a support, someone to be there with me, and they've said 24/7, 7 days a week. And of course, that would most likely be my wife, but I couldn't ask her to uproot and just move to Wisconsin with me because of her job. We have a junior going into the senior year with a very bright future. I've got 2 daughters that are not living with us and 1 daughter that is, and we've got family here, and it's just a matter of where it just be too rough. So we found a place in Tampa General Hospital in Florida, and I have family there. My parents live 15, 20, 25 minutes away from Tampa. My niece lives in Miami with her family. My sister is in the process of moving to Florida. If no one knew that yet in Jersey, sorry, spoiler alert, that the support would be there, and it would be easier for my recovery there. Now, granted, my family would still be here in Missouri. They would come down prior to the surgery and obviously be there for after the surgery. But life goes on. Everyone's got their own sad story, and their own troubles. That's why I don't like reaching out, because my problems aren't as big as people's other problems in other parts of the world. I always say, better than some, not as good as others. So it's a matter where I need to get this done. But with going to Tampa, VA would not cover any of the expenses. Now, my Medicare would cover 80% of the expenses, the medical bills. VA, awesome again. Any tests I need for Tampa General Hospital, they would do for me at no cost. But then the actual procedure itself is what my Medicare would cover, and then that leaves a 20% balance on me and my family. And with extensive surgery like that, it could be in the hundreds of thousands. I'm in the process trying to get a secondary insurance, but a lot of pre-existing stuff, so I'm still trying to work that part out. And then the traveling back and forth, flying is way too expensive, so we would be driving, so my family would be driving. So those are the expenses that we would need for travel. Possible lodging in case for weather, inclement weather, whatever in between from Florida to Missouri, back and forth. But honestly, it's just the medical bills and the travel. Again, I don't know how to ask. I don't like begging, but this is what we have in front of us. Now, I do have a conference call with Dr. Patel next month, and that is the first time I'll be talking with the doctors from Tampa General Hospital, and hopefully I'll get good news from there. My niece Vanessa, love you, she came up with the idea for a GoFundMe account, so this is what this is for. I hate bothering everyone with my problems, but I guess I need help. So whatever you can, and if you can't, I totally understand. Trust me, I understand. We all have to take care of ourselves. Don't feel like you have to do something. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. If you can't give, then just prayers. That's the one of the best things you can do. Pray to whoever you pray to. But it's feels pretty embarrassing when you're hopelessly in need of help. So, sorry, shaking. Doctor, a rabbi, and a Jew walk into a bar. Sorry, I'm just trying to. I love you guys. Thank you very much for listening to me. At the very least, at least a rant. Hell, who knows, man? I get lucky, this will go viral. I don't know. There, whatever that means. But I appreciate your time in listening to this, watching this, and yeah. Love you guys.